Hi guys, I'm Shadma and welcome to the third video of this talk series, Defeat Your Stress with Code Stress. And today we'll talk about the second element of code stress, that is T. So let's see, what does this T stand for? Now T here stands for time management, and in this video I will be talking about and I will be giving you some quick tips about how you can manage your time more efficiently and more effectively. So let's get started. What is time management? Well, time management is simply how we are organizing and planning to divide our time among various tasks that have been allocated for a particular day, week, month, or year. The time management has actually become very challenging, especially during pandemic and especially among the people who have been working from home. So I have heard so many people saying that when you are working from home, it's like you don't have any specified working hours. You are working entire day. And that's true also, because you are working from home among various distractions. There are so many things that you have to pay attention to. There are so many tasks that you have to complete. And at the same time, you have to complete your work also. So that somehow, somewhere affects the quality of your work or the time that you are taking to complete a particular task. So maybe when if you would have been in office, you would have taken less time to complete the same task, but if you are completing it from home, you are taking much longer. Now this is one of the reasons why time management actually become very significant during these challenging times. I'm sure that you all must be well aware about the benefits of time management and how time management can help you to grow and to do well in your job and all. So I'm definitely not going to talk about this in this video. What I want to talk about is how time management could be practiced, how you can be more efficient when we are talking about time management, and how it can help you to reduce your level of stress that you are facing right now. So quickly, let me give you some tips to manage your time more efficiently. So the first tip here is seek help. Ask others for help. Most of the time it happens that we feel hesitant in asking help about any task or about anything. We feel hesitant in asking help from others, from our friends, from our family members, from our colleagues, or from our boss. Because most of the time we are very apprehensive and we are very much thinking about what the other person will think about me. The other person will feel and think that maybe I'm not competent enough to complete my task on my own, or I don't have skills, I'm not able to manage my time properly. What will the other person think about me? Just because of this thought, we refrain from asking help from others. But the fact is, we are not supposed to do everything on our own. There are simply so many things are there, which so many tasks are there in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day routine. There are so many tasks, there are so many small things which can easily be managed by the people around us. So it's very important, first of all, to seek help, and there is no harm in that. We all are social creatures, we all are social animals, and we live on mutual relationships. We are bound to do that. We are born to do that. So there is no harm in seeking help from others. Try to take help of people around you, but at the same time, you should also be helping others when they need. So the first point, the first quick tip here is seek help from people who are in a position to help you. The second advice here is delegate. Delegation is very important. Sometimes it happens that we just try to complete everything on our own. Now you must be thinking about what is the difference between delegation and asking help. Well, asking help is completely at the discretion of the other person. The decision is at the discretion of the other person whether the person wants to help you or not. But delegation comes when you have power, you have authority to delegate, to give order to the other person, which mostly comes in family if you are the head of the family, or in a workplace when you are sitting at a power position. So it's very important to delegate. Do not try to complete each and every task on your own just to ensure quality. You need to help people to learn skills. You need to help your subordinates to learn skills, to grow, and you have to make them independent and self-sufficient to complete tasks, ensuring the quality. So it's very important for you to decide, being a manager, especially being a leader, it's very important for us to decide what are the things that only you can do or you should do, and what are the things that you can easily delegate to the other people. And believe me, if you're able to decide it, if you're able to practice it nicely, it reduces your stress to a greater extent. And if you are able to do it, you will be able to manage your time very effectively. Coming to the third tip, prioritize. When we're talking about time management, no doubt prioritization is something really, really important. We need to understand that we cannot do all the things at the same time. We cannot think about everything at the same time. We cannot take up and keep thinking about the tasks that we have to do in a day at the same time. If we are doing this, we are simply wasting our time. And definitely, we're not going to get anything productive out of it. So it's very important for us to prioritize our tasks based on three parameters. Number one, urgency. Number two, importance. And number three, the role that you are into at that point in time. These three parameters are very important to decide which tasks are to be taken up first and which are the things which can wait. And if you're able to do this, you're going to make a lot of difference in your time management or in your scheduling, because you will be able to focus on one thing at a time. You will be able to focus, not only focus, but you are able to get the results out of it. Setting priorities are very important. And the third parameter here, which talks about that the role you are into at that point in time, it's the most neglected one or the most ignored one by most of us. Because at times we just feel that anything which is related to work is important. Or when we are at work, some people, they might think that anything which is related to family is most important. But we need to find out something which is important but not urgent can wait. So it's very important for us to decide our priorities depending upon the kind of role we are into at that point in time. So when you are at work, you have to focus on tasks which are related to your work, unless and until there is something really urgent came up in your family. Same goes with the family too. When you are at home, away from your office, when you are on weekends, you have to focus completely on your family and spending quality time with your family, unless and until there is something really urgent that came up at work. So learn to practice the power of prioritization in your life. You will be able to maintain a balance between your personal and professional life, and also you will be able to manage your time effectively and efficiently. The next tip is a bit tricky. It's something like plan your day. But here the twist is that you don't have to plan your day based on your task, because most of the time it happens that we plan our day based on our task, that today I have to complete these 5 tasks in 8 hours, right? So instead of doing that, instead of planning your day in terms of tasks, definitely you have to be clear about how many tasks you have to complete, but try to plan your day based on the timelines. For example, I'll log in at 9 a.m. So 9 to 10, I will be completing task 1 and 2. So by 10 a.m., my first 2 tasks should be completed. Then 10 to 12, I'll be completing task 2, because that's a long task and that is going to take at least 1 or 2 hours. So I'm just keeping some buffer time. So 10 to 12, I have to complete task 2 and so on. Now, what difference does it make is when you just have the number of tasks that you have to complete, somewhere you just keep on wasting time in between. Sometimes you will feel tired and you may take long breaks, or sometimes you just lose focus because you are not maintaining the timeline, you are not following the timeline. But when you are following the timeline, when you plan your day on the basis of your timeline, you have the timeline in your mind that by 12 I have to complete this task, otherwise I'm gonna miss my timeline. So if you feel like taking a break at 11:30 and still your task is not completed, you will refrain from taking break. You will avoid taking break at 11:30 and you will make sure that you complete the task by 12. So this is actually the magic when you try to plan your day based on your timelines and not only on the basis of task. Next step that we are talking about is 80-20 rule. Now you must be thinking what this 80-20 rule has to do with time management, because most of the times we have heard that 80-20 rule is applicable in terms of operations, sales, production, productivity, or sales development and product development and so on. But believe me, 80-20 rule is equally important when we are talking about time management. Let's see how. Now just try it sometimes. Whenever you are allocating tasks for the day, just try to categorize these tasks into 80-20 category. You will find there are 80% of the tasks which just need 20% of your efforts. 80% of the tasks which just have 20% impact in your overall productivity for the day. But there will be 20% tasks which are critical, important, and which have 80% impact on your productivity for the day. So it's very important for you to prioritize on this basis. It's very important for you to identify what are those 20% of the tasks which need 80% of your efforts and which have 80% impact on your overall productivity, which are critical, where you have to maintain quality, where even a mistake is not allowed because the impact is high. So identify those high impact 20% tasks and make sure that you are completing those tasks first and then focusing on rest of the 80% tasks which have only 20% impact on your productivity. Now here just try to understand the concept. For example, if you just take up an exam, you will find not every question in the exam carries equal marks. There are few questions which carry 2 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks. There will be few questions which carry 10 or 20 marks. So you have to answer accordingly. You have to devote your time accordingly. Because if you're writing a lot in a question which just can earn 2 marks to you, you cannot earn more than 2. But if you are not attempting a question properly which is carrying 20 marks, you are going to lose marks. So you have to find out those high impact questions in the question paper, and you have to make sure that you are not missing on those important questions. Same goes with your tasks as well. There will be some task which has more importance and higher impact on your productivity for the day or your overall productivity. So make sure that you are focusing on those tasks first and make sure you are able to finish those tasks completely, ensuring the quality before you switch over to the rest of the 80% task. So try it out. Definitely, it will yield good results for you. Now, the next step is knowing your prime time. Yes. Now, what does this prime time is? Basically, prime time is that time of the day when you are most productive, when you are full of ideas, full of energy, and you are more focused. And it varies from person to person. So you just try to observe around you. You will find few people who are most productive when the day starts. So during the first few hours of the day, they are highly productive, highly focused, and they lose their productivity, their focus after some time. And they actually become really lethargic towards the end of the day. Whereas you will find few people who are taking time to get into the work in the morning. So the initial 1 or 2 hours, they are not that much into the work, but after that they get into the work like anything, and they are most productive during the mid section of the day, and gradually the productivity decreases. And you will find few people who are very slow in the morning until afternoon also, and as the day is about to end, their productivity, their speed, their efficiency actually speed up. So different people have different prime time. You have to know what is your prime time. What is the time when you are full of energy, you are at your best and you are giving your best efforts. So now the point comes that how this prime time helps you in proper time management. Now the key here is that you have to allocate your task according to your prime time. So the time where you are most attentive, you are prone to make less mistakes, and you are more focused, try to do those 20% high impact tasks during their prime time to make sure that you are giving your best shot in those tasks. So that is how you can utilize the concept of prime time in your work, and you are able to manage your time properly and efficiently at your workplace. So coming to the last tip for time management, it is the power of taking power breaks. Yes, you are not supposed to work in one stretch for a long period of time. It's not going to help you. It's not going to increase your productivity. Rather, it's going to impact your productivity badly. So do not work for long hours in continuation. Give yourself some power breaks. Now, why I'm calling these power breaks? Because during that break, do something which you really, really like. So do something which you really, really enjoy. Like, for example, listen to your favorite song, play any game, your favorite game for some time, or chat with your friend, give a quick call to your family or your friend, anything which actually rejuvenates you, which re-energizes you. And definitely do not do anything in your power break which is related to your work. Do not do that. So do something which actually takes you away from your work for some time, and this is how you're going to recharge you. So this power break is actually a recharge period for you. So once you are recharged, you will feel that you are re-energized, you are rejuvenated, and you will feel much better while coming back to the work. So try these power breaks at your work. They are not supposed to be long breaks. You can take a short 5 or 10 minutes break, but do something which actually refreshes you. So these are some of the tips from my side for time management. Try to practice them, try to implement them in your day-to-day routine, but do not try to practice all of them at the same time. Go one by one, because it will be easier for you to implement it and practice it. And try to do it considerably for 20-21 days, because I read it somewhere that if you just keep on doing the same thing for 21 days, it becomes your habit. So try it out, try to practice it in your day-to-day routine at your workplace or at your home as well. And at any point in time, if you feel that you want to deep dive into this topic, you want to learn more about how you can use these strategies and what could be different strategies for practicing these tips, basically at your workplace, so you can consult me, or you can subscribe to my detailed training programs where I actually deal with these strategies related to you and your workplace, particularly how you can use them and how you can utilize them with your workplace. So that's all from my side in this video. If you find it interesting, please like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, and press the notification icon you will find below, so that you will be notified when I will be posting the next video on next code. So see you soon in my next video. Till then, bye, take care, stay safe, keep learning, and keep shining.